Welcome back to Robin Revealed. If you're just tuning in, this podcast is all about giving you the inside scoop on my latest album, Soul Glitch. In our first episode, we talked about what you can expect from the series, and today we're diving straight into the heart of the story. Robot, Rxbot. Yes. This character, this world, really, everything about Soul Glitch revolves around his journey, and in a lot of ways, Robot's story mirrors my own. So, who is Robot? Imagine a world where humans no longer exist as we know them. Society has evolved, or maybe devolved, into a state where everyone's soul is removed and placed into robotic bodies. No emotions, no individuality, just machines performing the same monotonous tasks over and over again. Robot was once human. He had a name, Robin, Rxbyn. But in this world, he's been renamed 01-24-20, which, yeah, is actually my birthday, minus the 2020 part. But here's the glitch. Something went wrong during his transformation. Unlike the rest of society, a tiny part of his human soul remained intact. So he can't fully remember who he was or why he feels the way he does, but there's this disconnect, so to speak. He's stuck between the robot he's programmed to be and the human he remembers being. It's a really interesting juxtaposition. So the glitch in Robot's system is more than just a technical error. It represents a lot of what I felt personally. This conflict between wanting to stay connected to your emotions and creativity, but being pulled into the repetitive, automated nature of modern life. We're constantly online, constantly surrounded by technology, and sometimes it feels like we're losing touch with what makes us really human. So for Robot, the small glitch is a blessing and a curse. He can still feel, he still has memories, but he can't act on them fully. And in a lot of ways, I felt like that. Being able to see the world around me becoming more robotic, more disconnected, but not always knowing how to break out of that cycle, my own cycle. That's what I think this album is about, feeling like you're stuck in this in-between space, you know? The story of Robot really shaped how I approached the music on Soul Glitch. Sonically, I wanted the album to feel like a journey. There's tension, moments of clarity, moments of disorientation. One of the highlights of these moments, if you ask me, would be like the song Virus, for example, or Virus 2.0, excuse me. Virus 2.0 has a very, very interesting story that we'll get into, but the mix of genres from hip-hop to like alternative rock and pop and R&B and just all these different influences really made this I don't want to call it a mutt, but like this mutt of a song that I am like so in love with. And I'll admit that I don't have the same attachment to it that I did while creating it, but I think that that's a natural, I'm learning that might be a natural feeling, to creation. I think that, as you make it, you are channeling something that is greater than you. And sometimes after the fact, if you don't resonate anymore, that's okay. I was making it at a time where I resonated so hard with it, hence the writing it. But yeah, that's one of the more grand moments, if you ask me, on the record that kind of really shows sonically these moments of like extreme, tension and emotion that I'm talking about. You'll hear robotic elements, glitches in the sound, and emotional vocals that reflect the duality of the character. It was important to me that the listener could feel this push and pull between being mechanical and being human. And that's why the production is like layered with different textures and sounds that reflect that internal conflict. If I'm being honest, I feel like I've always had a bit of a trouble, it's what I would call it in the past, not so much now, but a bit of trouble, for lack of a better term, with doing too much production-wise. I used to always feel like I was doing a lot. and stacking so many things, and and then what's funny is now I have this opposite feel. I just think I was doing it differently. My production and my beats were so layered and big, and that's why I think I leaned in so heavily into pop and electronic music back in the past so much. That's where you can do that stuff freely, it felt like. And my vocals, when I was re-editing the project files, or like the songs, remixing the songs for Window for the 5th anniversary edition, boy, half of the reason that I was able to get through like I think it's like 40 songs, 30 songs. Half the reason I was able to get through those 30 songs so quickly to mix them was because there wasn't as much to do vocally, and even instrumental-wise, to be honest, but more so vocally. I now I double and triple and quadruple like all my backgrounds now. In the past, I would just do one of each, or two if I was trying to widen, like a chorus or something, and you can probably hear that now. But it's just so interesting to see the differences in, sound and stuff. But yeah, on this record for sure, I feel like I kicked that up a notch and I really leaned into it. In my Instagram post, I think I might have posted it everywhere, but any post or any platform where I was able to like leave a long announcement about it. When I announced the album art or like the release of the album, I expressed that I felt like this was more of an experimental album than... Oh no, I used the term passion project. I felt like this was more of a passion project than it was a like official album, and we'll get into why I feel that way more on the podcast here later. But that's one of the things that made me feel that way, is because I just dove deep into this sound that was initially really just intended for like one song, maybe two, like it's like a conceptual thing, how I built a whole album and a whole world around it, I have no idea, but here we are, and I'm grateful. In a lot of ways, Robot's story parallels my own journey as an artist and a person. Well, while writing Soul Glitch, it really allowed me to explore those feelings. It's a way for me to express the struggle of feeling isolated. I was able to talk about how I felt disconnected and stuck in a cycle, but I think it also opened up a can of worms that I really wasn't 100% conscious of. You know what I mean? There's now all these new issues to tackle now, right? But I think that's life. I'm learning now that is truly life. But yes, amongst all that, it's also about hope. Because even though Robot is glitching, that glitch is what keeps him connected to his humanity. And in the same way, my music is what keeps me grounded, what keeps me connected to who I really am. And I think it's always been that way for me. I'm not sure how to change it at this point, even if I wanted to. So yeah, that's the story of Robot, the heart of Soul Glitch. This character's journey is a reflection of my own, and I hope you guys can relate to that feeling of being stuck between two worlds. I know that I personally have met so many beautiful souls, so many talented people, so many wonderful, just good people who it seems like have experienced, a glitch of their own. So yeah, I'm excited to dive deeper into this. It's really hard. As somebody who is a talker, you'll get to know this probably a little more as you get deeper. I'll make these a little longer with more stories and all that, but as someone who's a real yapper, I have so much to say, so I really want to continue these and just add so much on, but I'm trying to stick to my main talking points here. So once again, just thank you so much for the support and for listening. In the next episode, we'll dive deep into the production of the album and how I brought the story to life through sound, along with some really good friends of mine. If you're enjoying the podcast so far, once again, please make sure to subscribe and follow me on social media. That's at Rxbyn official on everything, to stay updated on new episodes and more. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Robot and the album and what this story means to you. So feel free to use the hashtag SoulGlitchExperience. I check those frequently just to make sure all my content's on there properly, but I'd love to see what you guys have to say as well and join the conversation. Thanks for listening. I'm Robin, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.